My football coach taught me, Joe, when you think you stink. And what he meant by that was that when the bullets are flying and the pads are clacking, you can't be in your head thinking about what's the right next move, or how can I not get hurt, or especially anything outside of the game, outside of football. And what he ultimately recommended, and all the coaches recommended, was that you practice and you drill what you're going to experience in the game so much that it becomes your intuition, so you don't have to think anymore. Pretty regular concept. Well, it took years for me to realize that a lot of what I've been able to implement into my spiritual pursuit and becoming a stronger version of myself and a more vibrant human being actually came from football. So what if we applied that concept, when you think you stink, to real life? What if you just kind of step back and take a look at society and see how often we're lost in our thinking to analyze what's the best way to move forward? And there's no sacred cows with me. I'm kind of analyzing everything. So what about thinking about what's the right way to talk to a girl when you approach her? What if you just went up and didn't think, you just acted from a place beyond thought? What about the concepts of what would Jesus do? Should we really walk through our whole life and stop and think, hold on a second, let me envision another being who's no longer currently alive on earth, and consider what they would do in this instance, and then I'll come back and, okay, according to the scriptures and according to the rules and society and recommendations and what I learned from my parents, oh my God, you could lose your mind trying to keep track of all that stuff. What would Jesus do? What would my parents do? What's legal? What's right? What's this? What's that? What if you only followed what's true inside of you? What if you found a way to regularly access the place that is true inside of you every day, and your only holy grail was this place of blissfulness that you've been able to create inside of yourself, and manifesting it and growing it and sharing it was all that you proceeded from in your whole life? What if that's all you really had to do? What if since childhood we've just been taught ways to be human beings, but we already are a human being? Try that on. See how often you could just act from you, act from real, beyond the fear. If you feel the fear, move past it. Just do anyways. Do in the face of fear. Do in the face of anxiety. Do in the face of depression. What if you just acted your way through some of the toughest moments? Because when you think, you really do stink. All of us. It just sucks so bad when you create an existence around what you think is right. Create an existence around what you feel is right. And see how it changes things.